Hello, I'm ABX Toycat, and welcome back to episode 12 of my TU31 Let's Play. This is a Let's Play where I have been playing through the latest update that came out for Minecraft on the console, and so far, I've built myself two houses. There's a creeper over there I should watch out for. I've started work on a pretty, it's going to be a pretty decently sized city, and I've also got this nice little rapid transit system. It's what I like to call a boataway, patent pending by the way, but yeah, it's a boataway, and I really do like this system getting around, because I don't think I've seen anyone else do this before, and I think it might be one of the best methods to get from one part of the city to another, because you can just jump straight up through the thing and then be traveling somewhere. So yeah, I really like that system, I really like this, but what we need to do today is actually more work with boats. And again, did that creeper just despawn in front of me? Let's just pretend it did, so my life's easier. But yeah, yeah, it generally did, but basically, yeah, what I want to do today is something else with boats, because so far I've got the short distance boat, network locked down, but what I don't have locked down is long distance, because in this world, there are going to be times where I have to go really long distance, because if you think about where the ocean monument is in this world, there might be more, but the ocean monument I found so far, the drained one, it's about 1,000, maybe 1,500 blocks away from here, and that's not a distance you can just run. That's, that's going to take you a solid amount of time to get there, and I can't build a minecart rail for that long, because that requires so many, so it raises the question of what do I do? And that's why we need a long-distance boat network. So today, in this episode, I'm going to be building a port / a harbour / a dock / something like that, and I think it's going to be pretty fun, so hopefully you do all enjoy it. If you do, please do like the video and let me know, because it helps out the channel a lot, and let's know you do like it. Anyway, let's get straight into this, shall we? And let's just start by saying, usually in these Let's Plays, I talk about something you might not have known about the real world, or Minecraft, or something like that, or not usually Minecraft, but yeah, that's what I like to do, because I think it's a fun little concept. But today, I'm going to be honest, I don't have anything in particular that's like a big passionate topic to talk about. I just have a bunch of tiny things that I've been thinking about, so yeah, don't expect like a massive rant about, I think I was speaking about IP addresses last week, and I was actually really impressed that a lot of people, did like that talk. I was like, oh, yeah, this is, when it comes to computers, right, like, if you, or when it comes to any passion, right, there's a lot of niche things that you like as the person doing it, but not everyone who's just heard of it likes. So, for instance, I know if you're into if you're into cars, if you tell me about your transmission, I don't honestly know what a transmission does. I assume it's like something to do with the gearbox, maybe? No, that'd be the... I don't I honestly have like no idea about all the parts of a car. The only way I know what all the parts in the car are is because whenever I play racing games, it'll be like, oh, if you upgrade your transmission, you'll get like +1, acceleration and a little bit of handling or something like that. And yeah, but and even though it's really interesting to car people, exactly what a thing is, it's kind of like that. And I assumed that IP addresses would be one of those things, but but a lot of people were interested, and that was that. A couple of little side notes though. I did pronounce, I kept saying Ircom for one of the Irish providers. Apparently it's Aircom, which I'm like horrendous at pronunciation, even in my own language, in English, that is. Which I guess Aircom would actually be in. But like when it comes to like other countries and other languages, like I just have no chance. So I apologize if I ever butcher something in your own language, especially if it's your internet service provider. Although if it is, then you probably don't need to care too much. Also, again, the surprising number of Irish people, because according to I have YouTube statistics that allow me to track this. Oh, by the way, this is a seawall we're building. We're not just building a castle on top of nowhere. Because when it comes to, when it actually comes to the... basically, we're building so a harbour and a port and a dock have really confusable terms. Because a dock is kind of like a place you can dock or park boats. A port is somewhere you unload and offload boats. And a harbour is a place where boats kind of are safe from the weather. Those three things kind of make sense, right? But the thing is, a harbour can contain a port, and it can technically contain a dock too. So we're building all three today, except I'm not sure where we're going to be drawing the distinction between the three. Just bear that in mind. But before we can build a harbour, one of the key things about a harbour, if you're in rough waters, which we're going to say we are, because you never know when waves will come to Minecraft. It'd be cool if they did, but I doubt they will. But, let's pretend they are, because then we'll be one step ahead of the curve. Because basically, in real life, you need something called a seawall, or a wave breaker. I don't think wave breaker is the correct term, but I really want it to be the correct term, so let's just pretend it is. Is that a good idea? Let's do that. So yeah, basically, this is going to be a wave breaker, because... Okay, should we break the inside or the outside of this wall? I'm not entirely sure. Because at sea, again, this isn't something I realized till I went on a boat. There are waves everywhere. You picture the ocean as being a flat thing, but the truth is, it's sometimes quite flat, but it's never truly flat. Like, you never have an ocean that looks like this just all the time, because it's something to do with the fact that the Earth isn't a perfect sphere, and like the moon, and there's like a billion factors, I guess, that are just always causing some form of waves. They're not always tidal waves, like all boats aren't always capsizing, but they are always serious. So, also, let's try and get this kind of center, balanced a little bit kind of this way. But yeah, they are all kind of focused. Don't know, that's my train of thought, but they're not tidal waves, but they're always waves at sea. And that's a problem for boats, because waves that are strong enough can destroy boats, especially in bad weather. I don't know what it is about storms, but they make waves a bunch worse. And again, I only did some very brief research on this whole thing, so if you're a boat expert, then I will defer to you, I guess. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. Because the thing is, I think boats, like learning about boats is going to be one of those skills that will be dead soon. Because although boats are a really cool transport method, they are super obsolete. It's kind of like, the cars just come out and we're using the horse and carriage. I mean, although you can argue, no, the horse and carriage will be around forever. Truth be told, it stays in numbers when the car is out, because it's kind of just a slower version of the same thing. And, planes are basically just ships in a lot of ways. If you really think about it, because, if you want to go somewhere, you used to go by ship, now you go by plane, it's faster, it's so much cheaper, right now, as this video goes up, I'm in Norway, by the way, flight cost £8, it was actually £7.50, and that was after, some administration and currency conversion fee, £7.50 to go from where I live, or from Oslo to where to London, which is a pretty impressive flight, right? Pretty impressive price, right? Whereas a boat, I don't know how much it would cost. You can't actually take a boat, but back when you used to be able to take boats, it would cost hundreds or thousands in today's money, and that's well, maybe not. But at the very least, it's costing tens, not singles. And that is why flights are amazing. But if we ignore that and you say, well, cargo still needs to go by boat, but even then, we're gonna have an amazingly sized plane that's gonna be awesome. And then you might be like, well, what about the environment? Well, truth be told, I think boats are terrible for the environment almost as much as planes, because you'll think about how much coal you're feeding into those, whereas planes can be fueled by renewables, because they just need jet fuel, right? And jet fuel will eventually be renewable. We'll make a hydrogen plane. We already have solar planes. There's something really cool where you can actually, I think the military have recently been investing in it, but it's planes that can stay in the air because they're solar powered. They have solar panels on the wings, and although there's a few kind of tricks to it, and they can only stay up for so long, still, solar powered planes are getting closer and closer to be a thing, and they can monitor people and stuff. And imagine soon that'll be the future. Whereas boats, they need coal to go, so you're they're literally shoveling, when you picture people shoveling coal, they're shoveling coal after coal after coal, and you can imagine that gets quite terrible. So, this is the wall here, by the way. It's going to be 3 blocks tall. If the waves are more than 3 blocks, we're entirely done for. But yeah, to finish up the point I was making there, because I realized I just kind of went on a random tangent there. Basically, the point I'm trying to say is that boats are going to go obsolete soon, and although it's going to be a sad day, because I quite do like boats, it is something that is going to be prepared for. So, I'm going to try and not learn things about boats, because I reckon in my lifetime, boats will go from being this thing where, they kind of have use from certain places. Because, for instance, if to get to... I went to Dublin by boat, and it was only a little bit more expensive than flights, or... Actually, it was quite a bit more, but once you consider everything... right now, it still has some utility in some cases. I think in my, and your, presumably, lifetimes, it will go from being this, this niche thing to, why would you take a boat anywhere? So, what we're doing here, by the way... So I wanted to actually get your opinion on this. Also, I know we're going all over the place. This episode is going to be all over the place, so if you like the all over the place, just talking about boats, talking about cats, talking about seawalls, then that's cool, and if you don't, then I apologize, because I wanted to actually just quickly bring up something that has been kind of bugging me this week, because I made a video showing off a bunch of different builds, different biomes, and I did what I thought most people did when they start building, and it's what I'm doing right now, by the way. Where I decided I really wanted to have this seawall thing, so I decided to look some up. And I saw this really cool idea for a seawall where you kind of have castle things. Also, we have to be really fast. We kind of have these castle walls at the end of the seawall to kind of signify that, yeah, they're a big deal, and we could kind of open and close if we wanted to. But yeah, I assume that's what everyone did when they started building, right? But as it turns out, a lot of people, because I had a little video where I showed some off, and apparently some of those builds came from a YouTuber. Again, I presumably might have known, but it was just, some of those builds were inspired, I should even say. They weren't the same in any way, they just kind of looked the same, and might have been the same biome or something. And lots of people were kind of upset, and I thought about it for a little bit, and I was like, oh yeah, did I goof up? I gave the guy credit afterwards, so I was like, oh no. And then I thought about it for a little bit longer, and I was like, wait a minute, this is what everyone does when they build in Minecraft. Like whenever I speak to other YouTubers, they're like, oh yeah, I like to build something. So they look at something, they get inspiration, then they build from there. Even YouTubers that are known for building. I'm not going to say their names just in case it is this terrible thing. But, the other the very few YouTubers I still speak to that do building, they all build in this way. And I was like, Is this a thing that's logical, or is it not? But yeah, I'd like to know your opinions if that is what you do most of the time, because a lot of the time, like with this house here, actually wait, I think this one was inspired. I might have seen something on this actually, but most of the builds I ever make, like the sugarcane farm, like this or that, I just kind of have this idea and then I decide to build it in something. Oh, so I knew that would happen, but I was hoping I could outrun the skeleton, because now I have to deal with him. Okay, it's cool. There you are. You have to make sure you're not alive anymore. That's okay. Thank you very much. But yeah, basically, I thought that's how people build, but apparently some people don't. And I always kind of get a kind of feeling as to whether that is how people do it or not. Because I saw two really cool builds that inspired me to build this harbour, and I'm wondering now, like, is it wrong to, like, look at them and then be inspired by them? I don't even know. Or maybe what it is there's, like, a certain line between, like, inspired and just, what people say is copying, and that's where it is. I don't entirely know what it is. I'm just kind of winging it as I go along. And apparently doing a pretty bad job. So let's cook some more cobblestone, because we're going to need some more of that. And let's grab some cobblestone itself, because I also need to make a port. Because again, I mentioned how I saw... I already said the difference between a dock, a harbour, and a port, right? I do actually need to have a port here, so I can have, like, 4 different places for boats to board. Because I want it to be kind of like... think about how an airport is now, where how you have gates. Think about that with the kind of port thing. And I saw a really cool design that I was like, yeah, we need to have that. So our port is going to start just... This seems like a good place, right? I mean, to me it does. If we just start it right here, so place blocks around that, yeah, that works for me. Then just like so, we'll have a little port, and hopefully you're getting the idea of what we're doing here, because it's going to be one of those things where it like branches off into lots of different things. So it goes to the left some blocks, and then to the right, and then boats can board here, you can disembark, and you'll be on dry land. So yeah, let's hope that's how things are. Also, this actually is a really good place for a harbour, because in real life, one of the things, again, I didn't realise until I looked into it, was that harbours always have to be deep, because of course boats have to land there, which is why you don't ever see boats land on beaches. As cool as that would be, like, just at the beach one day and then a boat arrives or something. You don't actually see it very often in real life, and the reason for that, as it turns out, is because boats are quite big and can't just go on shallow water, so... Yeah, no, this is actually a genuine harbour location, and I do quite like that. So, okay, yeah, so this kind of castle thing, I saw someone who did something very similar like this, and I was like, yeah, I love that. I want to build my own little castle thing, and that's what I've done here, and I hope that's okay. And if it's not, then I'm going to just totally retract that last statement and say, oh, no, I came up with this in my sleep. I had a big dream about it. Speaking of dreams, actually, wait, not speaking of dreams, because one of the things... every now and then this kind of bugs me, because as an adult, right, I think, actually, if you're not an adult yet, you don't have to abide by these rules, but I think 99% of the time, you need to realise that your dreams aren't interesting to other people, because otherwise you will drive them crazy. Because, do you ever have someone who just, like, describes a dream, except that, if you can describe a dream and you can make it cool, that's cool, but if you just describe a dream, you're like, yeah, I did this, and, yeah, it was a dream, it was, like, you can't even properly describe why it's interesting. That's where things become kind of a bummer, and that's why you shouldn't tell people about your dreams. And honestly, like the only dreams I can think of recently have kind of been like really distressing ones, which might be a sign about something. Like there's always a part of me, and I'm sure a lot of people agree with this, where when you have a really vivid dream, you want to believe it's real, right? Like, has anyone else ever been attached to people in their dreams, where like you generally miss them when you wake up? Well, I've had that a few times. It's like a real thing, right? And one of the things in particular that I was thinking about recently is I always want to believe that the dream is, like it has some basis in reality, because when you feel that strongly, you're like, oh, that's got to be a sign that what's going to happen is I'm going to be struck by lightning tomorrow or something like that. And of course, it never actually happens that way. But a part of me always wants to believe, and maybe I shouldn't. Anyway, so yeah, here you can see this is going to be our kind of port thing. We'll have 2 reasonably long versions of this, so we do one over here too. Again, a stack of blocks, like, it seems like so much in your head, because 64 is like a reasonably big, medium-sized number, but apparently this is what 64 cobblestone gets you. So, as it turns out, going to need some more of that. Also, yeah, we're not making a port just out of cobblestone. I wasn't inspired and just like, oh, we need to have cobblestone. But what I realized is if we have cobblestone with, what's it called? With quartz around the edge, we can do something quite cool. So before we go to the quartz, because I don't think we actually have any, I think we have to go to the nether and get some, one thing I thought would be really cool is because, pro tip for boats in Minecraft, by the way, is what you can actually do is you can, I'm losing my train of thought here. If you are, like, trying to place boats, you can, oh, sorry, okay, no, wait, my mind was just, like, kind of stalling there. If you use soul sand, which I only have 1 off right now for, where did I use all the soul sand? Okay, I only have one soul sand, but basically when boats crash in soul sand, they're less likely to break. So that means that if we have soul sand on dock, we can just come in at full speed, and it makes the whole process faster. So I'm going to try and prove this, and it's going to go horribly wrong because I can't. So let's just grab like a single block of some form of wood. There we go. Oh, now we can make a perfect boat with all of this. It's a shame that the boats aren't coloured as opposed as the way you make it yet, because this would be a cool looking boat, right? But yeah, we're going to take a boat. We're going to take some cooked stone. Well, like, I think it's just called stone. Cooked stone sounds pretty cool, though, right? And we're going to go back to the harbour, and I'm going to finish up the dock, I guess, because I want to kind of test this theory and just show it to you, because, you know, one of the big problems with boats is after, I think it was TU19, where they made boats massively slower because, well, they made them slower, but they made them so that when you want to reverse, you can't just tilt back on the stick, you have to kind of turn your head and do it that way. Let me show you what I mean. So, before what used to happen is you'd sit in the boat, and your left stick would control which direction it went. Now you can only pick forwards. Like, I'm going left on my stick, and it's not going anything. If I go leftwards and forwards, then it will rotate me. But you can't go backwards, you have to rotate yourself, and then the boat comes with you. So, I'm putting backwards right now, and it's not stopping the boat. Actually, wait, it seems to be now. It's rotating the boat for some reason. Okay, this is news to me. Oh, okay, there we go. But yeah, now let me show you that now we're in our boat, and it's kind of cool. Let's actually go into the dock, but let's just crash. No. Okay, that didn't crash. So I'm going to try and crash directly into the soul sand, just to show you that it's a bit more resistant than you might think. Because boats are really fragile usually, but not in this case. So we're going straight into the soul sand. Oh, we glitched into it. Well, that proves my point good enough for me. So yeah, then when we get on the soul sand, we knock it out, and then we hop in the boat, and we're out to sea again. So that's how our port's going to work. I think this could be a little bit wider, actually. It seems like it's going to be a bit of a risk to go through. Actually, I think that's the perfect size. I think that's the size where, from the outside, let's give this another try. That's the sort of size where we can come in and out just fine. So yeah, that's that. Anyway, I think that's enough talking about boats for today, because the rest is going to be placed on cobblestone stuff. So, because there's always random things in my mind I want to talk about, and that's what the Let's Play is kind of for. It's almost like a vlog thing, but with Minecraft. I was thinking about it recently, where I was like, yeah, that's what a lot of people use like Minecraft Let's Plays as, because Minecraft Let's Plays are a dying breed. I mean, maybe you can tell this in your own viewing habits. I mean, I again, that's something I guess I can't probably tell, but you can. Where to me, like, this is really cool. Where, like, you know, Minecraft Let's Plays used to be a really big thing, and now it's just like, you know, if I'm watching someone play Minecraft, I want to, you know, be able to gain this or that from the video. So, for instance, people really like, the type of videos that are growing are, you know, if you look at my 5 secrets for a video, people love to learn things about blocks, but you don't want to just watch someone play Minecraft, do you? Well, I guess if you're watching this video, you probably do, but that seems to be the trend of how people are watching stuff. Also, do we need more bricks? I don't think we do. Let's get some more cobblestone. Oh, we ran out. Okay, we got 20 more. But yeah, it seems to be the general trend that people aren't watching Minecraft sort of stuff, and that is interesting for a reason that I entirely zoned out and forgot about. I am very. I get this in real life a lot, where I just kind of blank mid-sentence, because staying on target is apparently a reasonably tricky thing for me. So we're gonna stand on the boat for a little bit, and then glitch underneath it. That's entirely cool. And yeah, I wanted to. I'm gonna find this fort again. Don't worry. But yeah, basically, Minecraft Let's Plays are becoming a less and less common thing. And as a result of this, the ones that do exist, you know, the dying breed of them, are kind of. It seems like it's becoming this weird place. And I'd like to know what your opinions watching this are like Minecraft Let's Plays. Do you prefer it when it gets super Minecrafty, or do you prefer it when we talk about stuff like the IP addresses or boats or building techniques or whatever? I didn't entirely know, because one of the things I'll never be amazingly good at in Minecraft is building something that looks amazing, right? Everything I build looks kind of cool sometimes, because I once actually complimented one of my builds, people like, oh, you think that's good to look at? But no, everything's meant to be unique. That's one of the things I like to do in Minecraft. And yeah, basically, I wanted to know if that's what you like to see, or if you like to just hear random stuff about stuff, or if you know, you like the kind of vlogty style where I'll talk about, oh, by the way, I'm in Norway as this is recorded. I'm on a train from, I think it's from Bergen to Oslo. It's gonna be nice. Oh, wait. What you can actually do is live. After you watch this video, you can check Twitter, and you'll actually I'll like put a picture on something there, and you'll be able to see me on the train to Oslo, assuming I catch my flight. But yeah, because that's always the big risk. But yeah, so I guess before I end this, I want to know your kind of the viewer's opinion. What do you think? Why do I keep making more stone bricks? I think I'm just kind of losing everything right now. I'd like to know your opinion on one, like what part of the Let's Play is your favorite bit, the building, the that talks about a subject, like, the passwords or IPs or whatever, or is it just the random life update things? Because I'm always I really like the Let's Plays, I like doing them, but I'm always curious as to what people are actually looking for from them, because when it comes to me, I'm just kind of goofing around in Minecraft, and a lot of people do like that, but there's also some people that don't. So, I think that's enough questions for today. I hope you did all enjoy today's video. If you did like the video, please do like it and let me know. It helps out the channel a lot, and lets me do like it. How do I get to the top of this thing? Helps out the channel a lot and lets me do like it. Share it if you really liked it, and subscribe if you are new around here. I make videos just like this one every single day, and if you subscribe, you'll see them daily on your homepage. I'm getting really close to finishing this villager apartment. I think we might actually be almost ready to start moving some villagers in, so it's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting. Yeah, I hope you did enjoy this video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.